I will warn everybody right now. I'm semi-sick, um, okay, but I'm gonna push through for this video, and hopefully by next time I record, I am okay. Um, I'm lucky that it doesn't hurt to speak, but I may have just jinxed myself right there. So I'm sorry about the stuttering. That will most likely happen. The coughing, I can take care of. I have cough drops, so yeah. My stuff nose is stuffed up, but that's really it. So, um, yeah. Also, different recording place. Uh, yeah. Follow me on socials. Do whatever else I ask you to do. Liking would be nice. I'd appreciate that since I'm doing this sick. Yeah. Anyways, get a drink of water. I will too. And we can get it straight into this. I might also blow my nose before we do this, so if it's really loud, I recommend you turn down your volume. Please do. I'm not here to blow out your eardrums, dogs. Okay, I'm not here to blow out your eardrums. Sorry. I will also ask this to everybody. I recently put up a post on my community tab, or the post tab, whatever it is, um, about if y'all would like to see a Tanjiro what if. Okay. Um, I was wondering if you would like to see it. If you would like to, you can go vote on the community tab. It's there. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So if you would like to see a Tanjiro what if, after that community post gets 5 to 10 votes on it, that's yes. Okay, 5 to 10, that's yes. I will start. I'll put up another poll with 4 to 3 choices about what um on what breathing style or something like that that you would like to see. Okay. Um. Okay. Cool. Anyways, Asta would have been forced onto a mixer. This being the dating thing that Finral would have took him and Luck to, right? After being forced into that, he would have seen someone familiar. Sister Teresa to him. He would know her. The the Sister Teresa. Yeah, they are acquainted since Asta has been on a mission in Neon multiple times. So he knows the people of the church, and right, he would also know plenty of the civilians, the villagers, um, within the village. Okay, so he would, after talking with Sister Teresa, he would have left back to the Black Bulls hideout. and then the very next day he would return to hang out with Sister Teresa. They're friends. He's she's also helped him train. Uh, so oh yeah, sorry for you might hear background noise. It's kind of windy outside. Okay, either way, Sister Teresa has helped him train a little bit. So here and there, he will come by Neon to help out wherever he could. With the gardens of the people and other stuff like that, packing stuff around or taking care of petty thieves, and um, even at one point in not very early in his Black Bulls Magic Knight career, he did take down, with the help of Sister Teresa, bandits, like a bandwagon of bandits, about 50 of them, trying to uh, pillage Neon. He did take them out. Uh, Sister Teresa did call other Magic Knights, so other Magic Knights around the area would have went and helped, but Asta fought the boss of the whole entire group and about half, a little bit over half of the actual bandits by himself. So yeah, this was around 5 years after he was entered into the Black Bulls. Right. He first washed up on Clover. By this point, he was around 6, so 10 years. I think I made him 7. Yeah, I think around 7, and it's been around 10 years, 11-ish. Maybe I made him a little bit older. Probably, I probably made him around either 7 or 8. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it's been 5 years after that point. Okay, sorry about the coughing. Okay, so after dealing with that, he would always, he was told by Sister Teresa that if he needs anything, and plus, well, he asked for training. He wanted to get stronger. That's what Sister Teresa would help at, since she was a magic knight in the Crimson Lion Kings, or Crimson Lions. Right. And after being in there, training Flagoleon and Mariolona, so on and so forth, he would know that she was strong. So after getting training for her, and then the years after that to this very day, he would have went there for either, well, as for training, or to help out with a multitude of things. Right. He would be helping around the village today and tomorrow. Okay, this would be around this time he was off, like allowed to do whatever. Okay, so after a full day of helping around, he would be visiting the kids at the church. Right, he would have already met Maria, and Ghosh would have known this because they have went there at the same time. Well, not at the same time. Asta would have went there in the morning ish hours, and Ghost would have went there like as Asta would have getting ready to leave on certain days, right? Those days he would have a mission in the area and he's already finished it. So he would stop by, say hi. Ghosh at first was very angry at him being so friendly with Maria, but after learning, I mean, Ghosh is Ghosh, right? He's gonna still be angry that someone's uh friendly, not friendly, but I don't know. It's Ghosh, dude. Okay, it's Ghosh. We all know how he acts. We all know how he is, right? So, yeah. Since we know how he is, we can always assume a way this would work. How his dynamic would work with Asta, right? So, after, I mean, depending on how many years it's been. So, crap. How many years it's been? Okay, after that many years, um, he's 18. So, right? He's 18. It doesn't say that he's 8. It doesn't say. I forgot to write down his age on my page. Oh, joy. Of course. Nah, either way, it doesn't matter. Sorry. Every time I cough, it's Aries who's coughing. Yeah, it's always Aries who's coughing. Yeah, let's do that. throw throw Aries under the bus, dude. Let's do that. Yeah. All right. So Ghosh would be all right with Asta. Um, right. Always all right with him. Like he's okay with him being around Marie. Sort of. Like he would be there supervising. Right. Asta would tell her about all these stories about the missions he's been on and how it was back at his homeland. Uh, at least the stuff that he remembers. Right? He would tell all the kids stories, not just Maria. But yeah, you get my point. Um, yeah. After the staying the night in the church, he was always alert, but the one day he's not, it could have been. Of course, he wasn't alert on the day this would happen. The day or the night where the kids would have been put under a spell. The snow spell that Nij uses to control them to go up the mountain so that they can take their magic. Asta, after being woken up by one of the sisters. What the hell is that? Cool. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. It's a big bug. It's not a spider, but it's a big bug. It probably throws. We'll deal with it here in a second. Anyways, After being woken up by one of the sisters at the church, he would run out uh, into the village. Ghosh would already been up and worried, right? Because Marie's gone. Oh no, right? And after that, Asta would say, "Oh, come on. Of course." Shit. Aries. Yeah. What you Yeah, what you do? Are you cold? Why do you think I'm coughing? Um, yeah, I'm cold. I don't deal with snow, dude. Cold. It's not even cold, dude. Man, it's not cold. It's fine. Maybe you're sick. Spirits don't get sick. Then what's up with you? The cold, the snow. Did you ever have snow, Dad? No, I didn't. What about? No. My mother protected me from it. That was the reason I had such a short time in the world before she would put me in the gym. That makes way more sense. Either way, can you sense those kids? Hold on. He would come out of Asta's back, extend high in the sky. I found them as he would go back into Asta, pointing him into the direction and saying, "They're at the mountain." Alright. Well, I guess we know where we're gonna go. Asta would say, "Water reinforcement magic. Sailing swordfish." Enhancement? Yeah, same thing. Reinforcement and enhancement magic is the same thing. I just chose enhancement magic. Um, okay. But reinforcement and I already told you, it's the same thing. I just chose different names for it. He would go running in the direction to the mountain, right? Uh, Making it there before Sister Teresa and Ghosh flying on the um, flying on their brooms. As they would go down, Asta would be, "That's Rebecca's kid. Hey, what's your face? Wake up." Of course. He would motion for Sister Teresa to come down, and he would say, "I don't know what to do with the kid. He won't wake up." Aries, did they go into the mountain? Yeah, no duh. They can't be anywhere else, plus there's a kid here. Of course they're in the mountain. Okay. Sorry, it's cold. I don't like when it's cold. Fair enough. I need to blow my nose so I can actually speak clearer. Sorry. Give me 5 seconds. You Once again, you might want to check your audio. I'd put it below. Okay. Depending on what time it is, I'd either go up 10 seconds. see where you are, then go back 5. I don't know. Do what you want. Probably go up 10 by this point, like right now. Then you'd probably be back at the story or close. Okay. Semi believe better. Anyways, okay. So Asta, Ghosh, and Teresa would go down into the mountain, into the cave, eventually make it at the bottom. Asta would say, "Oh joy." Unsheathing his sword, Ghosh, hold on. Don't go yet. Let me move the guy, and then you can go and rush down for Maria. Fine. Water creation magic. Crab claw. On his sword, it would, after being encased by water, he would thrust the blade out as a large crab claw would shoot out, grabbing Nij, picking him up, and slamming him down, throwing him to the other adult. Go. As he would run in, still having his reinforcement magic activated, he would say, Water creation magic. No, 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 no. Wachi. Water magic. Clear water slash. After slashing with the blade coated in water at both of the men, Sister Teresa and Ghosh. Well, Ghosh only caring about Maria. But Sister Teresa would have enough time to get the kids out of there. Ghosh, even though he didn't want to, he would come back earlier instead of waiting there. And he would come back and help Sister Teresa get the kids out. As Asta would fight Boro, the mud magic user, and Nij, the snow magic user. See, this fight, you would think, even though the one guy has snow magic, you would think this would probably go bad. Asta doesn't care. He would say, Water magic, reaping shot! After putting his blade at Boro, the orb of water circling around the point of the blade, and it firing, hitting Boro in the chest, and then wrapping around it as it would after then wrapping around him, transitioning to water binding magic, coral cage. A bunch of coral made of water would encase and climb onto Boro's body, keeping him trapped against a wall. As Asta would run as quick as he could, sheathing his blade, as he would say, Water magic, blunt water strike. After appearing behind Nij and hitting him in the back of the head with the butt of the blade, Nij would fall unconscious. Asta then would say, Water binding magic, coral cage, coral life. Um, the coral that would then uh, grow on Nij would start to carry him like walking like little amoebas would, or like the alive plants that would be in coral, or alive. Well, coral is alive, so the coral would start to roll on the ground uh, at Boro. I believe that's his name. Uh, growing into the coral onto him, attaching them together. Okay, I need to write that down. Hold on. Boink, boink. Water binding magic. Coral cage alive. Coral. I will write the details around it later. So after all the kids would have been exited out, I mean every single one of them, no distractions. Asta would have said, "Gosh, yeah, get back to somebody and tell them about this place." All right. Oh, also, check on Noelle. She's in the village. Why she's in the village? I don't know. She followed me through the portal. I didn't really care. She might have the calling device. Check on her if she does. If she does, tell her to call somebody and we'll deal with it then. And, Teresa, you go as well. Make sure. I know what to do, Asta. Okay, I'm just making sure. What about you? Well, I'm gonna start messing with things, and, well, can't really do anything with those two idiots. Just gonna do. Just gonna look around at this point and wait. Okay. Teresa and Ghosh would head out of the cave, getting all the kids to the village once again. Asta then would say, "So, who are you?" "Oh, you don't remember me?" "My name's Sally. Hi. Um, we met at the Capitol." "Oh, Joy, you're the crazy one, huh?" "Well, that isn't very nice, but it's true." "Of course." "What do you want?" "Well, you see, my partnership with these two's clearly ran up since they got caught." uh, yeah, but they could be useful. Dark magic item properties boost. I believe that's the right one. I don't remember. There's so many dark magic items. I don't really know. Okay. Either way, Boro would still turn into the massive mud creature, right? Asta would then say, "Of course. Good thing I didn't use a lot of magic power. Water binding magic coral cage live coral." The coral that would still be around Nij would start to roll him out of the way. Brother? Oh, you two are. Oh, I'm sorry. Swear, you people don't know how to trust family, do you? Whatever. Good thing I didn't take down my reinforcement spell. Do 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 do. Let's see how this works. Water magic. Clear water slash. He would slash his blade after the water would coat it. After slashing, the mud monster thing would just soak it up. You could tell that there would be a slash out of his arms, but there wouldn't be major damage. You know how mud's made, right? Yeah, mud and water. I'm not dumb. Okay, just making sure. Swear, people are crazy everyone's crazy these days. He would start to run around. Uh, he would run up the wall as the wall would be hit right where he was by the mud monster. Jumping up in the air above him, he would say, "Water magic, clear water dance." After slashing multiple times, those slashes would split off into threes. So let's say he slashed 15 times. What's 15 times 3? 45. 45 slashes would rain down upon this mud monster. Okay. After raining down onto him, he would lose an arm. A massive chunk out of its head would be gone. Uh, on the other arm, it would lose its left arm. But the other arm, the right arm, would only lose half of the fingers. Like if you took the half of the knuckle, mid knuckle, and then cut it. Yeah, there you go. Then he would see it regrow the fingers, not the arm, the fingers. Asta would then say, "So you aren't all that powerful, are ya? Good. Water magic, reaping shot." Sorry about the audio. Sorry that I may have blew out your eardrums. Sorry. His blade would be coated in water. Then the water would wash up the blade to the point condensing into a ball or an orb that would fire. It would be small. Sally would say, it would have to be way bigger than that to do any damage. How dumb are you? I could say the same thing about you. Then, as the orb would hit, it would be around the size of a softball. Um, but as it would grow in size after it would hit him, it would grow inside of him. It would grow and grow and grow, and then boom, exploding. Is that big enough for you? Aww. Well, I have always wondered what the dark magic item would have done on a human, so thank you. Uh, you're welcome, I guess. It's your turn. It is? Is it gel magic? I think it's gel magic. Yeah. Gel magic! Sticky salamander! The same salamander would become, well, would appear, and then giving it a dark magic item, making it bigger and a bluish hue color. Asta would say, of course. Sure. That's just how the life of my me goes. Just grab her. Water creation magic, crab claw. Asta would thrust his blade at Sally. The crab claw that would have been encasing the blade would fire, being blocked, well, absorbed by the sticky salamander. Really? I had my suspicions, but I really didn't want it to come true. Of course. Yes, of course. Let's see how you like this. Water magic. Clear water dance. Slashing 10 times now, turning it into 30 by this point, after it would multiply. Most of them would have been absorbed, but the few that would have contacted right after another would have took chunks out of the sticky salamander. So I just gotta either hit you in quick succession or give you enough water to drown you in. Water magic, clear water dance. Slashing 20 times within 30 seconds. Those would multiply, turning to 60. It would do the same thing that it would do last time. The first, first third, so the first 20 that would hit would have been absorbed, but the next 10 would also been absorbed, but the next 30 that would have hit would have obliterated it. It's your turn. He would run up quickly, even before Sally would have realized that her sticky salamander has been taken out. Water magic. Blunt water strike. After hitting her in the back of the head, he would turn around, zipping in front, and then saying, Water magic, clear water slash. Slashing this time, hitting her in the chest, cutting into her, sending her back, crashing into the massive, the massive glass containers. Those glass containers exploding after being hit by Sally's body. Well, her going through two of them, the third being still there, just cracked on multiple sides. Then a portal would open. Spatial magic would have been used as two figures would come out of this spatial magic. Asta would say, of course. Sally, my friend. I am sorry, Master. I should have never sent her by herself. No, Valtos. It's just humans being the issue. Oh, God. Oh, Joy, who are you? Relatively hot guy. What? What? Nothing. Just ignore whatever I said. Hi, the name's Asta. I'm a magic knight. By the way you're acting, I'm guessing you're the boss, huh? Sweet. You have guessed correctly, human. But you hurt my friend. But first, since you gave me your name, I shall give you mine. I am the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Licked. Oh, Joey. Let's see how this goes. God! Yeah, of course you have light magic. Of course you do. Lord, that thing went straight through my leg. Oh man, you're gonna be fun. water and water enhancement magic. Soaring sailfish. Asta would have started getting excited by this point. He's never fought against someone with a light magic. This will be fun. After the sail would grow on his back of a sailfish, like a swordfish sail, would grow on his back. He would be running fast as he could. Licked would be following effortlessly, without any effort. Licked would say, "You are fast, but not fast enough. Light creation magic. Light swords of conviction." Multiple light blades would have been summoned above him, and they would be firing in multiple ranges, multiple directions. Asta would have been. He can't really dodge at this point. He can reflect them, though. Cut them. Get them out of the way so that he can keep on moving. Asta would stop for a moment, sliding across his feet, as he would say, "Water magic. Reaping shot." Water would coat the blade and then wash up the blade, condensing into an orb and firing. The orb being the size of a softball. As it would fire, Asta would continue to move. I want us to know how he deals with that. Probably just dodges a stupid thing. And then spatial magic would open, taking the water magic in and shooting it back where it was. Well, where it was fired at. It exploding, making that half just collapse. Not the roof of the cave, though. The side of it, multiple rocks would just collapse into each other as Asta would stand in front, him saying, "So, your lackey's gonna do all your work for you? And you just throw around stupid light blade, well, ornaments? And you throw around stupid bright ornaments?" As he would continuously, as he would be talking, his blade coated in water, him just slashing them out of the way, them kind of dispersing or refracting into a different point around him. Because as you know, or at least maybe one or two of you, a lot of you, I feel like it's common knowledge, light reflects or rebounds in water. Light and water mixes decently well, but it does just ding ding instead of boom. So what would be happening with Asta's blade connecting with the light blade? It would be refracting it to his side. Instead of hitting him, it would hit his side. Not hit his side, but it would hit the ground beside him. Now, given Asta is still getting cut during this point, slashes on the leg, on his arms. He has let down his kimono in a Zoro-like style. Him with his sleeveless tank top shirt. Muscles would be glistening because of the sweat and light connecting. Asta would then say, Captain would love this right now. Water magic. Shit, no, never mind. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Water magic. Clear water dance. Slashing multiple times. Water slashes would shoot out, multiplying into 45. He slashed 15 times in a certain amount of minutes. Not minutes, seconds. Okay. Just and then as they would fire out, connecting with blades of light. That would give Asta enough time to say, water creation magic, shark strong bite. Asta's blade would be coated in water. Then he would slash. The same water slash as usual, but it would start to move. Merging into a shark made of water. Not large, it would be a small shark, just as it would open its jaw, biting down onto Valtos. It would still be there. It would bite down as hard as it could onto the man's forearm. And then Asta, gotcha. Licht would have moved out of the way. Idiot! I wasn't even going for you in the first place. Water magic. Clear water slash. Valtos would scream in agony. Blood would splurt out of his chest. The shark would bite down even harder onto his arm, as Asta would then turn around and block, well, technically reflect a light blade being thrown at him. Now facing Licht. See. Man, I really thought I was screwed. You're just smart. You moved out of the way, but your other friend there on the ground isn't as smart, as he would begin to run around again. Run around the area having light blades thrown at him. See, I've kind of learned something about you. Licked, was it? You were angry, right? You most likely took down Flagoleon when he walked through that portal, am I correct? So you've noticed something about the way you move. You think you're godlike, but once people stop believing in a god, or never even believed in the first place, that god falls. Water magic, reaping shot. Licht would have been hit by this one. It would explode like the first one, but not as much as an impact as the first stronger one did. Huh. Really would have thought you would have moved. Fancy pants. You say you're elves. I did a little research in the capital's archive. Elves lived, let's see, 500 years ago. Am I correct? You were said to be wiped out. See, at my land, we never really heard of you. We never really knew of you. But once I arrived here in Clover, I was hearing stories about demons arising, but being defeated by the first Wizard King. You may have known him. I forget his name currently, but whatever. I would love to learn how you all came to be alive again. It's weird. You'd think a species being wiped out 500 years ago wouldn't have been able to come back, but here you are. Strange. Water magic. Clear water dance. Slashing 15 times again, turning him into 45. They would have been met with light blades of conviction. As Licht would say, you don't know anything about us. Your kind betrayed us years ago. You don't know anything, human. But yet you say you're from another realm. Not another realm, another place. Why are you here? Defending a land not home to you or your family. Long story short, washed up on the shore after a massive wave crashed my boat at sea. It's not a very fun story, but it happens. Now I'm a badass. Humans are always cocky before they fall. Yeah, whatever. A blade of light would have been lodged into his chest. Well, not chest, but stomach area. Huh. You're good. Yeah. Light magic's fun, huh? Being all godlike. While us, the other people, get to live with water, fire, earth, and whatever. Well, you and your four-leaf grimoire get all the fun stuff. You know, there's this kid in the Golden Dawn with a four-leaf grimoire with the spirit self. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, yeah. No, I'm here with this guy fighting the boss. Well, he's probably sitting back enjoying some expensive tea or some shit. Really wish the captain was here. A spatial magic portal would open as Captain Yami Sukahiro of the Black Bulls would come out of the portal, blocking a light blade from hitting him. Man, that works. Hey kid, what do you mean what works? I said your name. By the way, that guy, yeah, Captain of the Iron Midnight Sun. Oh god, man, you got beat. I held my own. Then Licht would say, "You know, you have an interesting one. You know that, right?" Yeah, I don't really care. And so Yami and Licht would go on to have their fight. As Finral would go to Asta and say, "Hey, you okay?" "Yeah, I'm doing great." Sighs. "Well, that's actually gone. The first one hurt way more, though." I know I'd probably be holding him back, but still, I kind of want to jump in. He goes, "Wait, you mean you were fighting him by yourself?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've realized something. You've never been on a mission with me. Well, a fighting one. You see, I got tricks. That guy just was too fast for me. Light magic is a real pain in the ass. I really wish I had something sweet. Wait, what do you mean you have tricks up your sleeve? I never said the up my sleeves part. I have tricks. If I was able to hit him with it, or oh, out he is. Go get Gauche. What? Gauche. Yeah, he probably do. Crap. Probably should have let him leave in the first place. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. He would continue to watch this fight occur in front of him with intrigue. He would keep on sitting there, wondering how Licht seemed curious about him, about Asta. He said he was interesting. He doesn't know why. Maybe it's because of Ares. I don't know. He doesn't know. He's not going to question it either. But that doesn't mean he isn't curious by any means. Maybe at some point he'll figure out. But who knows? Maybe that time will come at a later point. Or never. It doesn't really matter to him. Finral would leave to get Gauche by this point. After arriving back with him, Gauche would sense the massive amount of mana from this man. Why did you bring me back here? Asta wanted you back. Yeah, gonna need your mirror magic to get that guy away. Why can't you do it? Don't feel like it. Plus, running on mana. And I know you're all full of it. Either way, I got enough for one more spell, but gonna really need a good reason to use it. Fine. Just wait for an opening. Yeah. That opening would come really quickly. Captain Yami would be pushed back away as a massive, Lex massive spell would occur. Your cue, mirror magic, full reflect. I think that's what it was called. I don't remember, but it's where he gets the big mirror and reflects Lick's spell. After he would do that, Yami would say, "Maybe you're not useless after all." Ah, trust me, hasn't done anyways. Given good work. Yeah, I don't need to hear you say it. Spatial magic would open. Oh yeah, the roof would have. Well, actually, no, it isn't. Hasn't fell yet. It will here in a second. Licht would get up. Asta would say, "Of course." Like creation magic. He would use the lip spell, hitting the roof. The roof would fall. Asta would have pushed Finral and Ghost away, them falling into a spatial magic portal backwards as Yami and him would be crushed. Presumably, possibly. Not at all. Presumably, that word. Yeah, they didn't get crushed at all. But as it would happen, uh, they would erupt out of there. Asta bleeding from the back of his head and blood falling from the front of his head into the scrapes, and he's messed up. Yami, the same. Asta would say, of course. Let's go. As he would rush out of there first before Yami. Yami would say, "Kid, hold on." As spatial magic would open. Man, aren't you hasty? Beast magic, bear claw. A massive not a massive human, hairy from head to toe, would erupt out of the portal first with a spell already active. Asta and him would clash, sword to claw. Asta and him would stare at each other. Asta would say, "Man, aren't you one ugly furball?" As he would jump backwards a uh, as a light sword would be flying at him from his uh, left. Fire spirit magic. Salamander's claw. The salamander from his right would leap at him, slashing at him. Asta would use water magic, Crab Claw. Watching. Water creation magic Crab Claw. It would be bigger than the Salamander's claw. It cutting into it. Steam would erupt from the collision of these two spells. As Asta would keep on moving backwards and to the side, as Yami would start to fight. Couldn't really see at this point, right? But Licht would start to heal himself with light recovery magic light particles. Right after healing himself, he would start healing himself. As Licht would say, "Allow me to introduce your new opponents. These three are the Third Eye, Raya of the Disloyal, Veto of Despair, and Fauna of Hate. They are the pure opposites of your Clover." Ah, good gimmick. Water creation magic, Shark Strong Bite. Asta would slash as the slash would turn into a shark, a huge one at this point, about a size of a carriage, or size of a horse and a carriage altogether in length. It would come roaring, bursting out of Slash. Veto would grab it by the jaws and just throw it away. Of course. Water magic reaping shot. Oh, God. As Asta would have been hit by this point by Veto and Raya at the same time, using Beast Magic Bear Claw. Both of them would have it in hand. They would both hit him at the same time, causing a massive slash across the chest to appear as he would be sent back flying, being caught by a portal by Finral and brought to the ground. Asta would still be conscious. Asta then would say, "Man, that guy's fun. But I'm running out of mana. Magic mana." He would attempt to stand up, blood gushing from the wound. He would start to breathe heavy. Of course. "Ares, I got it. Water spirit magic. Leviathan. Leviathan scales." A watery scale-like material would start to cover Asta's wound. "There. And maybe you could start using my power." Asta would stand up and he would say, "Gotta give me a moment." Finral and Ghosh would look shocked of him standing there. "Asta? Yeah, I'm still here. How you doing?" "Neat trick, huh? Wouldn't be able to do it without this guy." Ares would be out of Asta's shoulder. "Remember, that only can hold as long as I'm out here." "I know." Water reinforcement magic. Soaring sailfish. "Hi, water Magic. Clearwater Slash. He would appear right behind Licht, hitting him again, sending him flying. The third eye would be distracted. Yami would be able to do Dark Magic, Dark Cloaked, Lightless Slash at Veto, hitting him, sending him flying backwards since he was caught off guard. Ryo would have already gotten the spell from Yami at this point. Okay? As the three captains would burst through the hole in the roof. Asta would have been there. Ryo would have went running at Asta. It's a pain, but it has to happen. As Mercury would shoot out, covering Asta and bringing him back towards him. Well, towards everyone else. Asta would fly out of the Mercury, trying to catch his grip on the ground below, as he would say, "Thank you." Nozel would see him hurt. Stand back, Asta. We will deal with this. I think that's going to be an issue here. That light guy seems angry. And I want to make him angrier. Water creation magic. Shark strong bite. As he would slash the, not as large as last time, but decently large, the shark would go flying, wrapping its teeth around Licht, fully biting down as a bunch of light magic would just erupt from his body, getting rid of the shark as the seal would be broken. This would continue on as canon. The third eye would get rid of, reseal Licht, right, as in canon. And yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Either way, that's how it would go. Like in canon. And yeah. That's where I'm going to end it here for today. And hope to see y'all next time. Sorry about me being sick, but I can't really control that. I still hope it went. I hope you all still enjoyed it. Either way. And yeah, hope to see y'all next time. Roll the dice. Bye bye.